So at this time, I'm thinking I'm not. I saw Shaq after the game. After he did the Sunday night conversation on ESPN, they took him immediately. He didn't even go to the locker room. He never even went in for the celebration. He went straight to do the whatever that was, the Sunday night conversation. Then he was in there when I saw you,
right,
in the big media room,
mm-hmm.
and
in uniform.
Yeah, and so I saw him right after that, and I gave him a hug. I was like, "Congratulations, man!" And a billion people were around him. There's no way I could get to him. And then he was off in the night. I'm like, well,
there he goes.
What am I going to do?
There's nothing you can do.
The hell am I going to do?
Nothing you can do.
So as I'm leaving and Antoine Walker's making that proclamation, I'm thinking, well, I don't even know where Shaq is. I have no idea where he is. There was a big room back there where the family and friends were at that the media wasn't allowed in. I'm assuming he was back there. And so I start to leave. I'm just like, and plus I'd been there about 2 hours. This has been going on and on. It's not like I was there for 10 minutes. This was a long party process for those guys. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I mean, they earned it. So as I'm getting ready to leave, I see him walking out of another room.
Still in uniform.
Still in uniform, about the same time I was. Well, he's about 50 feet in front of me, and there's a million people around him. And he's got his clothes, and he's headed to the bus. So I fight my way up there, and I was like, dude. And he looks down at me, and he doesn't say a word. He goes, come here. And we're in that main hallway that leads out, and he starts trying to open doors. There's so many people around us, and he starts trying to open doors, random doors for us to go into, rooms to go into, so we have some privacy. He tries to go into the Stars locker room. It's locked. So he just makes a beeline for the next door, and I don't know what it was, like NBA TV. I have no idea what room we were in. Some VIP green room or something. And he just walks in, sticks his head in there, looks around, he's like, come in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Anybody else in there?
Now, are there other people witnessing all this?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, like other media people?
Yeah. I mean, there was
because I love it when you scoreboard these people.
Everyone. And one of the Heat handlers came in there just to make sure everything was okay.
Now, do you know, is it one?
No. This was like a bodyguard, a security guard, not like a PR staffer, a guy that was escorting Shaq.
Oh.
So his job was not to leave his side. And so we go into this room, and he goes, I did 2 one-on-ones. I did it with ESPN, and I'll do it with you. I was like, I love you. I love you so much, man.
And it's all because you don't whip the guy's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't doing it with Scoop Jackson.
And obviously, I mean, he was in such a good mood. And he did promise. So here it is. Here's the end of the game. And at the very end, you hear we're walking away because I forgot to tell him about the Super Bowl.
All right, man. NBA champion. I've got doused with every kind of drink you can have. Are you proud of yourself?
Actually, it wasn't drink. I in a bottle before you knew it, and you drunk my you bastard.
It doesn't surprise me, bro. Okay, we're gonna have to play a what if. You can either assume that you're gonna have another big season next year, or we can say, okay, if you could win the title, but for 1 year, the only place you can take a dump is the back of your SUV. And you have to drive the windows up for that year. Would you do it?
Yes, I would do it. I would take a dump, and then I would force myself to have diarrhea. See, there's a little ball in your butt. If you go up there and tickle a little ball, it makes it come out a little watery. So, yes, I would do that.
And you know that from experience?
Yes, I do.
Sick. All right, would you let one of your teammates, or did you let one of your teammates pee on you in the shower to win a title?
No, but I once peed on Phil Jackson one time.
All right, would you take your sister to a porno and just kind of tug on your thing for a little bit during it?
Nah.
Why?
My sister's not fine enough.
Oh, Jesus, dude. All right, you win a title, but you have to go to the post-game press conference and say right off the bat, I'd like to thank the KKK and Satan for giving me strength.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one.
You don't think that Jesse Jackson and the boys would be up your ass?
Nah, they probably wouldn't say that. That'd be a good one.
Okay. All right. This is a good one. You win a title, but I give you a paper cut on your hand. Then I give Magic Johnson a paper cut on his hand, and you guys have to shake hands and do like black guy handshakes for an hour.
No. No. You
don't have it anymore, man.
No.
All right, you win, but OJ has to be your new best buddy for a year, and he has to stay with your wife and kids while you're gone on road trips.
Nah.
You don't trust him?
Well, actually, he'll probably be okay with a black family.
All right, you win, but at the podium, the first thing you say is, I'd like to thank Jeannie Buss for these last 10 years and for scoring me pot from Phil Jackson. Now I'll take questions.
Nah, negative. I love you, baby. I'll see you next year.
Brother, you be good. Oh, by the way, Super Bowl next year for a week. I'm down there in Miami. We're going out, and if we don't, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, me and you are going out?
Yeah. It's time. I know you got. Congratulations on the new baby and the 17 kids you have, but you got one night to go out, I know.
All right, deal.
That was it. On to the bus.
What a cool dude, man.
It begins and ends with that guy as far as, and not just because he gives me the time of day, it's just the way he handles everyone. The way he was walking through there and taking pictures with Heat fans and people he didn't know, stopping for every single person who wanted a picture, who wanted whatever. He just,
The dude has never grown up.
No, and he understands his role and what he provides people and how people feel about him, and he turns it right back around and gives it right back to him. He's a really special guy.
Once again, here's Cobra.
All right, we got to talking about fentanyl because Demi Lovato, and this fits local. I wonder if Demi's parents still live here. If Mr. and Mrs. Lovato are still trolling Grapevine, I guess it is. I'm sure somebody out there knows. They can't be they got to be, what, if she's 26 or something like that, they're probably mid-50s or something.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're out there, though.
Don't know.
Listeners.
Yeah, they may be.
Give us a call.
Sure. Well, their daughter had a rough go of it, and TMZ reported earlier today that she was freebasing oxycodone and fentanyl, laced with fentanyl. So, lighting it on tinfoil and then pulling the smoke out. That's like a horror film from when I was a kid.
That's going hard.
Like a propaganda piece when I was a kid. Like I remember seeing something like that.
Straight.
Yeah. Like whether it was on a Scott Baio after school special, I don't know. If there was one called
on a Scott Baio after school special,
if there was one called Freebasin, I'm not really sure. Danny, there's your answer. At 37, he's the oldest man in the top 100, and he's second.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of Federer.
It sounds like Lovato's parents have been divorced for a while. In fact, Demi's mom, in a memoir years ago, said that she lost a finger because her now ex-husband slammed a door so hard on it that she had to be removed.
Oh, dear. Man. Well, I hate to hear that. Well, anyway, we were talking about fentanyl and how it's used for pain and all that, and we had a doctor chime in. He is an anesthesiologist, and he said, Corby, just like you, I'm a doctor, an anesthesiologist. I found your discussion of fentanyl today interesting. It's highly likely you have been given fentanyl. As I recall, you've had a knee surgery, and you probably were given it then. It's true. I don't know what they gave me. I thought they gave me propofol for some reason.
Propofol is what knocks you out. That's what the anesthesiologist uses to control where you are during your surgery as far as your consciousness, I think.
He says fentanyl is a synthetic derivative of morphine and is commonly used as an analgesic during surgery.
I don't think that's how you say that.
Well, tomato, Mike.
Yeah. Anal.
He says, I give it to my patients almost daily. It's a good analgesic and very safe when properly used. It's 100 times more potent than morphine, but it's certainly not the most potent of the fentanyl. There's other types of fentanyl. And then he goes on to list those. They're difficult to control, blah, blah, blah. So I said, because we got to talking about Prince and Petty. Sorry, I lost track of his name. And whether or not those guys needed it for pain management. whatever the case may have been, because Petty was dealing with some pretty bad hip issues. I said, thanks for the info, John. I go, isn't it super dangerous just to take it while you're going about your daily life? Sounds to me like it's safe when used in surgeries, but the general casual users are the ones who OD. Do docs prescribe it for general pain? He says, you're correct. Fentanyl is a surgical analgesic. It can be dangerous even in those situations. He says, I feel it's a very unwise choice to give it to anyone outside of surgery. It can also be used for cancer pain. It's not something one would use and go about their daily life. Recreational use of fentanyl is extremely risky and responsible for numerous ODs. So they don't give it to... That's what we were talking about with Prince and Petty. No matter how bad their pain was, they were just addicts, plain and simple. They were just dudes that... They were hooked. In pain, yes, but hooked.
Yeah.
Which is, you know...
Well, I know Petty was in a very bad way.
Right. But he was probably in a worse way as far as being addicted to it.
Poor Petty.
You know?
Perhaps.
Look, you're in Petty's back pocket. I know.
No,
I know your angle here.
No, I'm not making excuses for him. I'm not trying to justify it.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, the thing that pisses me off about Petty more than anything is the fact that all he had to do was just, and it's probably more complicated than that because the guy has got a massive history of substance abuse and addiction. You would think that all he had to do was say, hey, I'm not going to tour anymore. I'm going to back away. I'm going to fix myself, get better physically, and then I'll get off this stuff.
Yeah.
Get off the, I won't be in pain, and then I'm good.
Crossed his mind a million times, Corby.
Oh, I know. And,
dude, when you're in the grips of that stuff.
I know. It's
I'm
addiction.
telling you, I was on that crap for 4 days, and the withdrawals that it took for me to get off OxyContin for 4 days was miserable. For 36 hours, it was absolutely miserable. I cannot imagine considering what it would be like to try to get off something that you've been addicted to of that level, that high level of a narcotic that you've been on for months, maybe even years. You'd probably rather just die.
I know, and that's why Kurt Cobain and so many others just do die. They just can't handle it anymore. But I mean, like, for a lot of people, I think I had to take whatever they give you, like after my knee surgery, whatever the hell that was. I don't even know what it was. For pain management. Took it one night to get through the night for sleep, the night of. But then, man, it wrecks your stomach so bad. Like, it's horrible what it does to your stomach.
Oh, it'll shut you down.
Yeah, and I can't imagine what these
Diarrhea.
people... Yeah, it's the opposite of that. Undiarrhea.
Wee, look at that.
What these people, what their guts look like after eating this stuff for days and days and weeks and months and years and all that. It's got to just rip it apart.
Well, it makes you perpetually constipated.
Yes.
That's for damn sure.
You might like that. As afraid of you are, isn't that stuff?
What stuff?
Mess.
Yeah. You want to do butt stuff?
I'm not afraid of it.
We did find out, Mike, that there was reference to diarrhea in the Bible. Ty did yesterday, because we asked the question, did Jesus have diarrhea?
Ever. Like in his 33 years, did he ever suffer from diarrhea?
And we have found that he did?
No, it doesn't mention his diarrhea.
Yeah,
well, that's what you said. You were wondering if Jesus had diarrhea.
It's not John 3:17.
And I thought maybe...
Come on, John. I told you not to put that in there.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. That's 16. 17, Jesus had diarrhea.
I think it's a fair question.
Right. But we just assumed, and Ty looked it up.
Jesus raised the flag one too many times.
Jesus liked to party.
Uh-huh.
2 Chronicles 21:15-20.
And what is it?
And you will suffer severe sickness, a disease of your bowels, until your bowels come out because of the sickness day by day.
That's what you had the night of my wedding. You had...
And lo, stay away from the meatballs.
Low. But I just figured, like, he, was like, oh, God, I got to go to the bathroom. And he sat down. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And then it happened, and then he's like, no. And then he just...
Not me.
Yeah, and then he just snapped his fingers, and...
It all went away.
Yeah, and then it looked like,
Diarrhea is the great equalizer.
Great.
Let's see. Have you guys ever come upon a copperhead?
I'm not into that kind of stuff.
A pawn!
I've run into one.
Who is into that stuff?
You take it on a date first? I guarantee
There's
a
no way.
website out there
There's no way.
called snakehamster.com.
No. There's no way. No one's ever done that.
There might be, man.
Oh, God.
Big world out there, Corby.
Is someone driving around right now going, oh, God, they found me out?
I'm going to be on Community Quick Hit soon.
Got to release the venom.
Good Lord. No, I've never stumbled upon a copperhead.
You have?
Yeah.
In what setting?
Hold still, snake! Sorry.
When I was a kid, there was some guy that I was kind of related to, but not really.
Right. Was he one of the slow kids?
No, he was a good bit older than me. He was grown.
Okay.
But
what are you hanging around grown people for as a kid?
I was over at his house, and we were out in his yard, and we...
Were you boxing?
Yeah, we were boxing in my front yard.
All right. Start over with how you're related to this guy, and let's build up to this.
Okay, I think that because my mother was married once before she married my dad.
What?
I'm
What?
sorry.
Yeah.
Your mom was married?
Yeah.
You never told us that.
Well, it's never come up until now.
I look at you totally different now.
Yeah, she was married once before she married my dad.
No kids?
No kids.
Okay.
No kids.
What happened to that guy?
He caught meningitis and died on a train.
Oh, my God.
Well,
why are we just now learning about this?
He seems like a great guy, too.
Like, how long were they married?
Not long. But
how do you catch meningitis?
It was pretty common.
Was it airborne?
No, it was pretty common back then.
So the guy was like in his 20s?
I think so. Early 30s at the latest.
Damn. No one ever knew that. So they were just married and that
died on a train?
Yeah, he was a
on the train?
I think so. Yeah, he was a World War II vet and everything.
Were they living here?
Oh, no, this was out in California.
I didn't know your mom lived in California. Why'd she move here?
Probably from here.
Yeah, she's from here.
She moved out there to be with him, I bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, he had this brother that was... He had this brother that was from here. And I always used to like, whenever I would go visit... Oh, God. Whenever I would go visit my grandmother, sometimes she would take me... she would go see him, and she would take me with him. And he was a great guy, too. And I would hang out with him and everything. One day, we were in his front yard.
Go on.
And we came up on a small copperhead. And he told me stay away from it. And then he went into the garage and got a hoe and brought it back out there and cut off its head with the hoe.
Welcome to the club, buddy. Hashtag my copperhead.
I'm honored to be in the lodge.
God.
Oh, I can't wait till the next training camp or whatever. Because it's all going to start with, my mom was married to this guy who got meningitis and died on a train.
And he had this brother.
Sorry about that.
Sometimes she'd take me to go see the brother, and me and the brother were walking around in his front yard.
There you go. Somebody will transcribe this.
We have to piece it all together, though, without the...
Because we saw what was developing, and you couldn't not notice it.
Man, that was awesome.
That was a great story.
How have we never known this?
I don't know.
This has never come up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just in general, you know?
I don't know that much about your mom and dad.
Yeah, but I guess. I figured, I don't know.
I just don't understand how it hasn't naturally come up.
Right, in some point.
Right.
About some guy dying on a train or...
It's amazing that it took a Copperhead story.
Yes.
To learn that Mike's mother was previously married to a guy that died on a train.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
You are an onion.
Just think how different your life would be had... What was his name?
JW.
JW.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't have had a life, probably.
Well, he would have just been some other form. His mom...
Hey, man.
I see what you're saying, but...
As we know him now...
Yeah, right. Was JW handsome?
Very.
Was he?
Yeah. So was his brother, Chet.
Is Chet still around?
I don't think so.
JW and Chet.
Yeah.
The Copperhead Killers.
Yeah.
That's a good name for a band.
All right. We didn't even we didn't even get to the story of the Copperhead, but maybe we can do that tomorrow.
Or next.
Yeah, do it next.
Or later. Yeah, okay.
Do it next.
All
Hell.
right. Okay.
All right, that is
Ridiculous hot Cowboys opinion.
Never mind.
Plus.
Do you guys think that Jerry Jones, if you asked him, Jerry, to name the top, 4 players or 5 players in college football that he could do it? Like, is he familiar with Vince Young and Adrian Peterson and Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and, Marcus Vick? Do you think he knows that those people exist?
Boy, that's an interesting question.
He's a general manager of an NFL team, isn't he?
Yes.
Shouldn't
and I'm talking
he?
about the top flight people in college football.
But usually they don't start getting in that mode until the offseason.
Yeah, but
mode of what? Grego, an idiot.
A general manager of an NFL team is going to know who the best players in college football is, I would think.
No, I'm talking about Jerry. I'm not talking about the average NFL general manager. I'm talking about Jerry.
I'm talking about any NFL general manager.
Because he gets so immersed and focused in the NFL, I would bet you could slide some of the top names by him.
Like Leinart?
No, you can't. No, not the guy that won the Heisman.
That's what we're talking about.
Or Vince Young.
That's Grego. That's who I'm talking about. I just asked. Does he know the top 4 or 5 people? Leinart, Bush, Adrian Peterson.
I'd hate to think he didn't.
Vince Young. I don't even know who the other ones are. But you get my point. I mean, the guys that are headliners.
I'd hate to think he didn't.
Yeah, I would say that. But if you like a real top-flight offensive lineman that'll be a number 1 pick.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah,
right,
I would think he knows all the big-time people.
He was on with Norm today, and he starts talking about Julius Jones's high ankle sprain and why he's not playing and all that, and if he's worried about it. And Jerry starts answering it, and then he brings up a similar situation that's going on up at Oklahoma. Just listen.
If we could get by without him here for a couple of ball games, then we could go into the bye, and we'd have had a very extended period of time to get off of a high ankle sprain. That ultimately is the answer on getting them back in full go. We all kind of follow Oklahoma up there a little bit and see what's happening with Patterson there. It's just best if you can, if you've got the luxury to keep them off of it.
Patterson.
Now,
was he on the phone with Norm, or was he working the Jack in the Box drive-thru?
No, you know where he was?
God.
He was on his plane.
Was he really?
Yeah, that's his plane.
Patterson.
Oh, he just misspoke. He knows who
Patterson.
he is.
Does he?
He knows who he is. He just misspoke.
Patterson.
Boosh.
Boosh.
He misidentifies his own players. Leroy Glover.
Yeah,
he said that before.
He calls him that all the time.
I just laughed so hard at Patterson.
Oh, no.
Guarantee you. He knows who Adrian Peterson is.
I don't know, man. All right, let's get to the Mike Reiner screw-ups. Now, alone, these are not that funny, but the fact that they occurred 5 minutes apart from each other are very funny. This was last week, and Mike was getting ready to make a really funny joke about
We need to go, don't we, Ron?
I think we do.
No.
It's time.
Oh, hush. He's getting ready to make a funny joke about a certain actor on television, and I don't know why. This cracked everyone up, though. It's just a really funny misspeak.
Least harmful to most harmful.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
So
according
we're
to
working
them.
our way
Yes,
up. Huh?
Yeah. 2.5 Men. Whatever. I watch that show almost every week, and there's a lot of sexual innuendo going on in there, but it's also... I can't imagine freaking out if my kid watched it.
I think what they fear there is that they're going to see Charlie Sheen.
Shin?
Who's Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Shin.
Mike.
It's so funny. Charlie Shin.
Charlie Sheen.
The well-known actor Charlie Shin.
Charlie Sheen.
So then in the next commercial break, this is what you call not having a grasp on your copy points for your live spot.
They know what they're talking about, and they're going to get you into something that's going to look right on you.
And you know what's cool about this is you can go there and you can get great suits, or you can get casual wear. NBA players, Ron, could dress at Colwell & Sons.
That's right. They have a great collection of suits. Oxford, Hickey Freeman, Corneliani.
And they've got the greatest pants that you can buy. Bill's khaki.
All right,
stop it. By the way, I was in there the other day. You know our man Whitney?
Yeah.
He heard that.
All right, no one laugh, okay? Because I want you to listen. He cracks himself up so bad.
Yeah.
Listen to how long he keeps laughing at himself throughout the spot.
They know what they're talking about. They're going to get you into something that's going to look right on you.
And you know what's cool about this is you can go there and you can get great suits, or you can get casual wear. NBA players, Ron, could dress at Colwell & Sons.
That's right. They have a great collection of suits. Oxford, Hickey Freeman, Corneliani.
And they've got the greatest pants that you can buy. Bill's khaki. That's the greatest casual pants you can buy. And, of course, the Robert Graham shirts.
For like 20 seconds, you cracked yourself up.
I was trying to help you, Ron. I was trying to fight through it and just move on and just thank God that I didn't have that line, because I damn sure couldn't have pronounced that.
Play that short version of that.
Corneliani.
You know why he's laughing? Because usually out of the corner of their eyes, when one of them messes up, they can see us in here just giggling our asses off. Or right when they do it, we'll look up at the speaker like, what the hell did I just hear?
Corneliani.
And by the way, that is quality menswear.
Right.
Corneliani.
Quickly.
Corneliani.
Okay. Yesterday we had a funny moment with Grego. Now, there's several animals that Grego has tried to imitate throughout the years. We have, of course, the Grego parrot. We have the Grego pig. We have the giant Grego bird. Oh, dear. And then we have the Grego penguin.
That's me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That can't be me.
It's you.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
We have the long version to prove it, too.
I believe you.
And so yesterday, we found out that there is also a Grego goat. Arizona had won a
and
game.
Arizona State
State's
down.
bad
They're
now.
all down. They got two teams. Two of them are undefeated.
Which is more than the Big 12 has.
It's
even
more
if
than
it
Big
is.
12 has.
But I would disagree with that. Oregon's good.
You look at the Big 12. Missouri's 5-2.
It's more like a donkey.
Yeah, it is kind of a donkey.
It's more jackassy.
Tell me if you think this is a good idea. So Doherty goes to his court date to get sentenced, essentially, for these 7 drug possession counts, okay? So he's
All
in
right.
court. He gets sentenced to 2 years supervision and 18 months drug rehab, plus he was banned from driving for 6 months. Fair enough?
He pleaded guilty to all of them, didn't he?
Yes. 2 hours later, he's driving his car when he gets pulled over for speeding, and they find cocaine and heroin enough to pop him with intent to distribute. 2 hours later.
I don't think he's taking the jurisprudence system very seriously over there.
All right, that's it. He's got to go to jail now.
No.
Come on.
No.
He's keeping the party going. Leave him alone.
No, he will not. I predict he will not go to jail. You know what? He might go for a month or so. But he ain't going to do any serious time.
He'll do jail community service.
God, you know what? If that were me, and I'd say, look.
Shut up, Ronner.
All right.
You shut up.
I can't drive the car, and I can't do this, but I'm going to go ahead and break the rules. I can guarantee you, if I were driving a car, I would be using blinkers.
Yep.
I would not be speeding.
Well, and his deal is he buys all these junker cars and doesn't get them registered or anything. So,
does he have money?
Not really.
No. He spends it all on dope. Why would you why wouldn't you just have your minions drive you around, get your drugs, and you can shoot up in your house and break the rule that way?
That's what Keith Richards does.
Well, maybe this guy doesn't have minions.
Oh, yeah, he does. Several.
I just don't, because the guy's never been punished.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're never punished, you never learn your lesson. I mean, he's got to have his freedom taken away and put in jail for like 5 years.
Yeah, he needs a stiff, at least 3 or 4 year sentence.
Yeah. I mean, to get his attention. I mean, if they say, okay, all right, here's what we're going to do to you. 2 years, home confinement. Then the party comes to him.
Yep.
Well, because he's obviously got he's an addict. And he's got an addictive problem.
You think?
Yeah, and he can't stop.
Billy Corgan has confirmed that the Smashing Pumpkins will be recording an album this summer. There is no release date in mind for the project, but the Pumpkins are back together.
You'll buy that
Is that
album.
a good thing?
I think it's a wonderful thing.
You'll buy that album, won't you?
Yeah, I got all the records. Some of them suck, but I'll still go buy them. So I didn't hear about this story. Maybe you guys did. I'm not a fan of rap so much, but Richard Monroe is suing Snoop Dogg for $22 million, claiming that he was assaulted, humiliated, and robbed after he got on stage at the show. So do you remember, Mike, when we saw Snoop?
Yeah.
And he had up those people up on stage?
Yeah. He had
during,
girls up there.
Gin and juice and stuff.
Right.
Well, Monroe claims that Snoop Dogg's co-stars up on stage restrained, dragged, kicked, punched, and jumped him until he was beaten unconscious. They also poured orange cups of liquid they were holding while performing gin and juice to humiliate him further.
Might have been urine.
They took his rings off his fingers, his diamond earrings out of his ears, and then took the money out of his wallet and stole his cell phone. One of his...
now, if all that happens to you, that last would have been the worst thing.
The cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have really bitched and moaned about it. One of his homies up there on stage was caught on videotape hitting Monroe. And, you know, if I yell, which I'm doing now, this is going to happen about 20 times. Because sons of bitch douche project.
God.
All that band's doing is trying to make a living. They're just trying to get up there and play.
Trying to play, trying to have a little fun and listen to you.
I mean, this is their ticket stop.
What did you call the last band?
I don't know what they call them.
Blues douche.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Shut up. You did too.
I wouldn't call them that.
Shut up, Reiner.
Shut up, Ronner.
You shut up!
So anyway, that's going on out there. There's an interesting sitcom. God, I can't fight through this. I can't do it anymore. Come on. Come on.
What are we going to do about it?
I can't think. I can't do anything.
You hear that senseless soloing in the background?
I mean,
Dude, get it together. Come on, man.
I need help.
I don't know what to tell you.
Are you listening to this?
Yes, I am. I'm fighting through it. I don't know what to tell you.
It's killing me.
If I can fight through it, why can't you?
I don't like it either, but
I'm 100, remember?
I can't do anything about it.
Just go outside and call in on your phone. Do the show on your
This is the worst band ever.
What's so bad about them?
Listen to them.
They sound okay to me.
God
You know
bless.
what? You know what? T-Bar's little sound break has helped a little bit.
It's a good blues band.
Son of a bitch.
You like them if you give them a chance.
God.
I'm just wondering, and seriously, is this driving
Made
the
him yell.
P1s away?
Yes.
Because I don't know
It's driving me. I'm quitting. I am quitting.
No, seriously, I don't know if I could fight through this or not. Us trying to talk sports and Rangers and
Hang on. I think they're finishing up their first song, which has lasted 70
Oh, they
minutes.
just smashed a guitar. Oh, my God.
We're good.
We did the story last week about the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Tom Petty. Now, the Chili Peppers have a hit song out now called Danny California that some people are saying is a direct ripoff of Tom Petty's Mary Jane's Last Dance. And they have the exact same beat at the beginning, at
Same
least.
chord progression.
It's
same
very,
key.
It's very close
Yeah, it
until
is.
you get to the chorus of both songs. So we were wondering if Petty, first off, knew about this, and secondly, would he do anything about it? Well, one source within the Warner Brothers label says if Tom sues the album, the Chili Peppers album, which is, they're both on Warner Brothers, by the way, says if Tom sues, then the Chili Peppers album, which is Warner's biggest hit of the year, would have to be pulled from shelves pending litigation. And this is what Petty's rep, Heidi Robinson, said. I am well aware of this situation. The two songs certainly do sound similar, don't they? I guess imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Tom doesn't have a comment on this at all. I have no idea if he's going to sue the Chili Peppers, and I'm not prepared to make that comment on that.
So then there's consideration.
Well, she's not talked to Tom about it, but she knows about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you this, though. If they're both on Warner Brothers, here's what's going to happen. Warner Brothers, if there's any question that Tom would sue, will give him a call and be like, what do you want?
So I'd say, hey, I'll take this percentage.
I want $1 million. Okay. I mean,
it'd be worth it to everybody involved, you'd
but
think.
I'm about 99% sure, knowing what I know about Tom Petty, which is very little, that there's no way in hell he would do one thing.
You'd think people would be a little bit more protective of their intellectual
don't you get
property.
that vibe that he's just like, look, whatever.
I mean, you can't let people rip you off.
No, you can't let people rip you off, but
he wasn't.
There
They
are
weren't
only
trying to.
There are only so many chords out there. There are a lot of songs out there, and a lot of those chords are in those songs in certain orders, and that kind of thing happens. You could probably go through Petty stuff and find the same thing.
Exactly. Now that's the thing.
But I mean, the thing is, even a music idiot like me, I can hear that.
Yeah. And you know what? You think the Chili Peppers said, all right, we really like Mary Jane's Last Dance. Let's copy that.
I don't think that's the point. Whether they intended to or not, I don't think that's the point. The point is, it sounds exactly like that.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Isn't that enough, though?
There's one major difference between the two songs other than the chorus.
One of them is good and one of them
sucks, and one of them's decent.
There's Danny hating on the Chili Peppers. I don't know why you want to do that, man.
Because they're terrible.
They're not terrible.
Oh, God.
You thought Californication was bad?
No, he didn't think it was bad.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Overall, it's bad.
He's got to say.
I don't got to say
keep up the
anything.
shtick.
There's no shtick. They're terrible.
Which shtick?
On to Louisiana, Alabama, flap a mamma jamma. That's good stuff, man. Woo!
Well, that ain't how it goes.
Whatever. Close enough.
Ooma flappa jamma.
Not even.
Whamma lamma damma, shamma lamma ramma.
Jamma's in there.
Oh,
God, they're terrible.
Uma Flappa Jamma.
Right. We prey on the weak-minded now.
Anna Nicole Smith has admitted that she is pregnant.
Oh, no.
She says, I've been hearing a lot of rumors in the papers.
Oh,
Let me
man.
stop all these rumors. Yes, I am pregnant. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy about it. Everything's going really, really good, and I'll be checking in and out periodically on my website, and I'll let you see me as I'm growing.
God, right when she got her hotness back, then she's going to go get knocked up.
Prediction. She will never recover from this.
Snake.
Never.
Yes, she will.
Never.
Who's the daddy?
Funny you asked me that. You would think that if someone's boinking her, I mean, got to be fairly high profile.
I don't know. I bet high-profile people stay away from her.
Maybe so. I just thought maybe just like a celebrity, well, what the hell?
Probably a dude with a lot of money.
Celebrities can probably do better than that.
You know what? You're right. Screw me. It is Larry Burkhead. You familiar with him?
Don't believe so.
Well, he is a
No.
freelance entertainment reporter and a paparazzo.
God, seems like she'd stay away from a guy like that.
So she bunked down with that. And he says, this is his quote, I am not confirming or denying that I am the father.
However,
Okay.
let me tell you, it's still a pretty nice piece.
For all those wondering, not bad. Yeah, she'll never recover. And by the way,
Yes, she will, too.
she does not look good right now. She looks too skinny. She needs to be, you know what? She needs to be Anna Nicole of Guess Model fame back in 1993, where she was still plump.
To which you cannot name 5 hotter girls in the history of mankind.
Dude,
when she was
unbelievable. I mean, some of those poses she had, and she was fully clothed. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, so this came out earlier in the week, and I did not want to let this slip by. And I know you guys haven't seen this yet. And I wanted to get your take on it, because if there is one network through the years that we probably have supported more than any other, and I get it that Netflix is relatively new, but if there is one, I think HBO would be the leader in the pack.
Because they pay you guys to prop up their shows, right?
Totally, yeah. We get paid about $1.5 million each a year to just
Wow,
say the
that's
words
awesome.
HBO.
I
know.
love that.
It's been a lot of fun. Bought a lot of houses, too. So, no, I would think that is the one network that we've been more on board with as far as, like, talking about their big shows, you know?
Uh-huh.
And the latest, obviously, being Game of Thrones. But somebody, Vulture, had the idea, let's rank every HBO show that has ever come down the pike. And I didn't realize this, but, you know, HBO's been around since 1980 or somewhere around there. They've been doing original programming since the mid-'80s. They have 82 shows that they've done it all. Now, think about that for a second. Right now on Netflix, how many shows are on?
About 1,000
that
million.
are original. Yeah. And throughout the course of time, over 40 years, this great network has put out 82 shows.
Quality
82.
over quantity.
Yeah. And that, you know, honestly, for a big part of their time, you were willing to trust them because it was them.
Yes.
Which, I mean, imagine that with any other entity, really. That's a ridiculous bar to achieve.
Now, I'm not going to go down every one of these shows because that would be ridiculous, but I am going to...
I'd obviously like to hit the bottom 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bottom.
Yeah.
Bottom. Any guesses on the worst?
I want you guys to guess because you're very aware of it. We've talked about these shows before, kind of in punchline terms, but we certainly have mentioned them quite a bit.
I would think it's John in Cincinnati.
It is not John in Cincinnati. Or John from Cincinnati.
Now, I never saw this one, but you've brought it up enough that First and 10?
Yeah, First and 10.
First and 10 is the 82nd rated show, the last place show. This was the football show.
I love that show.
No, you didn't.
Is it on like HBO now?
Oh, yeah. You can go get it.
Go see it?
Absolutely.
Man, now I'm intrigued.
Delta Burke owned a football team?
Delta Burke owned the California Bulls, and her general manager was O.J. Simpson.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I watched this.
I'm a little bit
I
intrigued.
did too.
Yeah.
And they tried to kind of, at the time, HBO didn't know what they were doing. Obviously, this show was freaking terrible. You would hate it, Ty, if you gave it a rewatch.
They mix in a little nudity, too. I think that's why I liked it.
They were going for, like, boobs and, football. Some cheerleader would walk in and, like, there's a boob. It was they would get the Dan McDowells of the world to
I was
watch.
going to say, well, Ty is revealing himself as well, and this is the HBO formula, though, for many, many years. Is if you, man, I forgot. You know what stars the Adam Scott show, Party Down. He actually did an interview where he was saying they were real proud of the first episode, and the executives, and there's a drop of this. The executives' note back was, need more boobs. And like, that's all the network thought of is, okay, we're a certain part of the audience.
And that's
here.
one of the smarter shows. That show's great,
Yeah.
Party Down. All right, so that's last. 81st, The Mind of the Married Man. You remember that show in the early aughts?
I watched it. I didn't find it to be terrible.
So Mike,
I know it got canceled pretty quickly.
Yeah, Mike Binder was the guy who did that, and I remember watching it. Didn't hate it, but that's 81st. 80th, Dream On.
Hi.
I didn't mind Dream On.
Yeah, it was all right.
Hi.
Again, I think if you watch this is the Brian Benben show about a guy that was in a relationship, and he had all these visions about killing his wife and
boobs.
And
he grew up watching tons of TV, and so he always factored into his thinking about stuff, sitcoms and everything.
Yes. So anyway, those are the worst three. So let's get to the meat of this, and I'm going to mention some of the shows that you guys have all seen.
Where did John from Cincinnati check in?
Stand by.
Okay.
At number 77 out of 82, you will find Arliss.
Huh.
Which was the show about the agent and...
Okay, I definitely have a weak spot, and it's not necessarily boobs, but it is the Arliss type, entourage type cameo of famous person in a somewhat entertaining sitcom, or not sitcom, but just like what do you call it? Empty calories television, probably, with potential cameos from famous people.
Right. Oh, look there. There's Steve Young.
Yeah, I would fall for that. That was meaningful to me for some reason.
I think you would go back and
both
watch...
Both shows did that.
You would go back and watch Arliss and be like, this is awful.
Yeah, probably.
I was never a big fan of it, but...
Same.
Anyway, 76, Vinyl.
That was really bad.
Yeah, did you watch this?
Wasn't that like in the last couple of years?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been in the last decade, and it was not good. It tried so hard and fell so flat. And one of the biggest, in my opinion, one of the biggest missed opportunities that networks ever come up with.
I am so glad that they put this show near the bottom. And this is one of the most popular shows in the history of HBO. Now, what would it be? Like, it got major burn on this station. It spawned a movie.
Entourage.
At 69.
Good.
Nice.
Because that's garbage.
I don't believe
And I
you.
got sucked into it and watched the whole thing because
I
I
watched every
was
episode.
pot committed because I went all in with a 7-2 offsuit, and I just sat around waiting for the flop to turn in the river, and I lost.
I'm not mad. I watched it.
I watched 2 seasons, and I was like, I can't do anymore.
You were smart. I was not.
I'm not going to apologize.
You liked it?
Yeah.
All the way through?
Yeah. E's a friend, Turtle, Johnny Drama, and, of course, Vince.
All you have to do is look at that cast and say, so what are you guys up to now? That's how well thought of they were.
Well, they're retiring on their fortunes from
That's right.
Entourage.
That's right. At number 68, right next to Entourage, you will find Ballers.
Thank you.
Okay, now that's funny.
Which is Entourage football.
Yeah, it is.
What a weird way to put it.
Now,
Entourage football.
No, it is. That's a great description, and I'll tell you, for some reason, I did not feel compelled to stay with Ballers.
No.
And think about it. You love football.
I love football and Entourage. It should be right up my alley.
It was awful.
And I love The Rock.
It was absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Let's see. At number 62, True Blood. Again, one of their most popular shows ever.
Utter garbage. Bailed on it halfway through, too.
I watched it all the way to the end.
Entourage is better.
Realized that it was... Did you watch this?
Only long enough to say this is stupid.
Sucky.
And I think probably Boobs knocked up that number too, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you guys, come on. Entourage is better than True Blood. Give me that.
No,
I liked it better.
I will not.
Because it was short.
At number 60, a show that I actually watch, I'm not even sure if it's done, Divorce, with Sarah Jessica Parker and Thomas Hayden Church, who I find to be hilarious. Both of them. The entire cast is really good. But they put that at number 60. Do you guys watch this show?
I tried, and it didn't interest me enough to stay on, but I didn't hate it.
Did not.
It's funny. At number 48, you will find Tenacious D.
Okay.
Which I think is a perfect spot for that show.
What number?
48. Right in the middle.
They're mad that they weren't 69.
Probably so. But that's about right. You know, and you're not even talking about a show. You're talking about
about an hour of content.
What total?
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know who Tenacious D is, it's Jack Black and Kyle Gass. This is where Jack Black became Jack Black and a star as well, about their mockumentary metal acoustic band.
And each vignette was 10 to 12 minutes long, and I think there were 6 of them.
Yes.
Which spawned an album, which spawned a movie. And this all was just a little thing that they had on Mr. Show.
I'm pretty sure I've told you I was going to get caught up on that. I'm sorry. Not yet.
Okay.
We'll get there.
We'll let you watch. Again.
We have time.
It's an hour.
Yeah. For the whole thing.
It's so short.
Okay. I should be able to do it.
At number 44, Danny, this is not going to make you happy. 44th best show in the history of HBO, according to Vulture.
They're going to say Treme, aren't they? Treme was brilliant. It just went, people weren't ready for it.
Oh, it's like the Boston album.
Yeah. And look, it was too nichey. It was post Katrina, New Orleans, and if you didn't spend time there and love the city, then you probably didn't care that much about it.
I liked it. I don't know that I loved it, but I liked it.
At number 42, Vice Principals.
Yeah.
The short-lived show, which...
That and Avatar have a lot in common for me.
You never saw Vice Principals?
Not 1 minute.
Oh, man. So Danny McBride, it's his follow-up to Eastbound and Down. Walton Goggins is in it. It's got some moments, dude. But again, it's very heavy. If you're not a Danny McBride fan...
Which I'm not.
He just plays himself over and over and over again.
Righteous Gemstones is brilliant.
Okay, I haven't watched
Which we'll get to that in a bit.
I did like that.
It's really good. At number 39, Big Little Lies. I think
liked it.
I love Big Little Lies.
Same here.
It's a total soap opera, but
Yeah.
I think the characters are great.
No, it's one of my wife's shows that I did not mind.
Yes. At number...
The greatest compliment you can give.
36, after one season, Righteous Gemstones. As the guy says, it's going to move up quickly if it can keep up with season number 1.
Okay.
At number 30, Big Love. Remember Big Love?
Well, you guys were really into that, weren't you?
Mormon show? Or...
Yeah, the polygamy show?
Yeah. I never saw it.
Oh, really?
No, Mike
Watched
was
a little.
Mike was really into that. No, Mike loved it. He absolutely loved it.
All right.
At number 29, Westworld, out.
Yeah.
Number 26, Girls.
Never saw 1 second.
25, Flight of the Conchords.
Greatness.
24, they said if they would have cut it off after one season, it would be top 5, but it didn't. True Detective at 24.
I think there will come a time where I will review season 1 again. I kind of think I need to.
I'd like to rewatch that.
Yeah.
I've not done that. At number 22, Silicon Valley.
Wow, that's high, man. That is really.
They should have stopped that one.
Really
high.
You're right. And they went too far, and I think you could sit down with that and Entourage and have a discussion on are they kind of the same show?
Number 20,
right?
Yeah, I agree.
Where we never resolve anything?
I agree.
Okay.
Number 20, Eastbound and Down.
Look, people like that dude, and
I know.
Maybe I need to give it another shot because it is shocking, ridiculous comedy, which makes no sense. I shouldn't have fallen in love with
Ferrell,
that show.
the car dealership, great.
He is Danny McBride, though, is beloved by the comedy community in Hollywood. Like all those people that do those types of things, they worship that guy, and he's pretty smart.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just not
your cup,
not my thing.
All right, real quick, number 19, Insecure, great show. I don't know if it deserves to be 19.
What was that?
It's still on.
What was it? What is it?
It's the black chick.
Wow.
The black
who's
chick?
trying to find romance and you guys not watch Insecure?
I've never seen it.
At least
so
okay.
funny.
At least now
it's still on.
At least now I know the show you're speaking of. I haven't tried it. I honestly haven't really watched HBO aside from Game of Thrones in a couple of years. Probably.
I know. I'm kind of with you.
Let's roll.
18, Watchmen. 17, The Comeback, which is Lisa Kudrow's show that lasted 1 year. The critics love that show.
It was funny.
Watchmen too high.
I agree.
No kidding.
16, Boardwalk Empire.
Greatness.
15, Barry.
Pretty good.
By the way,
Like it.
John from Cincinnati, 33.
Okay.
That should be last. 14, The Deuce.
Very good.
13, Danny, 6 Feet Under.
Too low. That should be top 3 without question.
12, This Kicks Me in the Nuts. Oz.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Way too many seasons.
11, Game of Thrones.
Too low.
I know. 10, Veep. Top 10, Veep. 9, Enlightened. No. I just, there was 2 seasons. That Laura Dern show, I didn't like it. Number 8, already Succession.
Got to start it.
It's good.
Pretty good. Not as good as some already listed.
7, Curb Your Enthusiasm. 6, Sex and the City.
Deservedly.
Yeah, it should be.
Game changer.
Number 5, The Leftovers.
I love The Leftovers.
I feel The Leftovers
Maybe a little high, but that's a great show.
It's going to go down as the most underrated show in the history of TV.
You might be right.
Wow.
4, The Larry Sanders Show. Forgot about that.
Greatness.
It deserves it. Top 5.
Yep.
Maybe not better than Curb, though.
3, Danny.
The Wire.
The Wire.
I get it. Sopranos is going to be number 1.
What's 2?
Gosh, it would be...
We just mentioned all of them. What is 2?
Sopranos, The Wire.
6 Feet Under, The Wire. What am I
Game
missing?
of Thrones.
What am I missing? Oh, Game of Thrones.
No,
that was 11.
I said that one.
That was 11.
Good Lord.
What do you got?
What am I missing?
Old West.
Deadwood?
Westworld or Dead? Is
Deadwood.
Westworld on there?
Yeah, I already said Westworld.
You did?
They put Deadwood at 2 over The Wire.
I got no...
That's dumb.
I really don't have a problem with that.
Come on.
Dude, Deadwood is effing
Deadwood
brilliant.
is
I
good.
agree.
Yes.
It's not.
It's not
no
The Wire.
Not The Wire.
But The Wire did have a weak season in 5. Let's be honest. It was an
And-
abbreviated weak season.
The
Still good, but,
Sopranos
yeah.
is number 1, of course.
Yeah.